What's up guys, my name is Brandon and today Apple released iOS 12.4 Beta 2 to registered developers just 5 days after the release of Beta 1. So we're going to touch on why they released this software because it is actually pretty interesting, but it is also available to public beta testers now as well. So for some reason you guys didn't even get the initial first public beta release, but now when you go in to your settings general software update, you will see public beta 2, even though you didn't even have a public beta 1, but it is now available for you guys. So anyways, taking a look here at iOS 12.4 beta 2, you can see it came in at a very modest 80.9 megabytes here on my iPhone XR, and it is such a small update because what I'm about to show you. So if you go into our settings general about and go ahead and tap on iOS 12.4 there, you will see the build number. It's 16G5027i. So if you remember, that is literally the exact same build number as beta 1, except we have an I at the end now instead of a G. So what that tells me is that the first beta of iOS 12.4 had something really wrong with it. There was some kind of major issue that prompted Apple to release another beta just 5 days after the first beta, which normally it's a 2-week cycle with these early beta stages of like a point release. It's usually 2 weeks between betas, but they only waited 5 days. And again, it's pretty much the exact same build number with a different letter at the end because there was some kind of emergency fix. There was something that needed fixing ASAP and they couldn't wait. So as of right now, I have no clue what that could be. I don't think anybody's found any kind of security vulnerabilities or anything like that in iOS 12.4. There's no kind of like FaceTime glitch or anything like that like we saw earlier in the year. So we really don't know what the emergency fix is, but that's exactly what this update is likely for. So with that being said, iOS 12.4 beta 2 is pretty much going to be the exact same as beta 1. However, there were some things that I missed in the first beta. Now, this is the splash screen that you get when you open up the wallet application in iOS 12.4 now. And you can see here, this card is actually the new Apple Card that's coming out pretty soon. And of course, the main reason for Apple releasing iOS 12.4 is to get our devices prepared for the new Apple Card. And so it's supported with the software. So you can see that is the new Apple Card there. I guess these are all the Apple Card, but the white one is the one that Apple showcased. So I'm assuming that's what it is right there. And you get, some verbiage here as well. So nothing really too exciting, but that is new here in iOS 12.4. Now, another thing that is more exciting in 12.4 is that there are actually faster animations really system-wide. I've noticed, after using this for, the 5 days now, I have noticed that system-wide just animations and everything seems to be a lot more smooth than iOS 12.3. And I thought this was placebo for like the first 2 days, but after continuously noticing it after that, I think that iOS 12.4 is definitely faster and more smooth than iOS 12.3. And one of the things that stands out the most is the Face ID unlock animation. It does seem to unlock faster. Just the whole process just seems faster than iOS 12.3. Not just unlocking to get to the home screen, the actual lock animation there is faster. When we go into the App Store and download an application, when you have to double tap and scan your face, the check mark and just the whole process seems faster on iOS 12.4 than iOS 12.3 and previous versions of iOS 12 as well. So that's definitely a welcome change there. Definitely some performance enhancements here in iOS 12.4. And again, a big reason for that is also because it could very likely be the last software update for phones like the iPhone SE, the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 5S. Now I have also been running iOS 12.4 here on my iPhone SE, but I'm not really going to do a video on that until the final version does get released. But it's actually running pretty good on the iPhone SE as well. It's not as noticeable. The changes like the animations and things aren't as noticeable on the newer phones for some odd reason, because you would think that it would be geared towards the older phones. But again, I will have to wait until the final version of iOS 12.4 before I make up my final verdict, on the iPhone SE on 12.4 and before I make a video on that. Now, one thing I did want to show you guys is that there is a little bug here in iOS 12.4 beta 2, and it's in iMessage and in the keyboard in general. So when you go ahead and type something, so if you type like horse or like love or something, you usually get the emojis that pop up right there. And it was working fine in beta 1, but now for whatever reason in beta 2, when I type in anything, you can see like if I type love or heart or anything like that, you can see that the emojis do not come up here in the predictive text. So it's weird that it doesn't work here in iOS 12.4 beta 2. I've tried it in every application. I've tried rebooting my device. I've tried everything. So if you're having that issue, let me know down in the comment below. I can't imagine it's just me having that. but I guess it is possible. Now, speaking of bugs, iOS 12.4 beta 2 did also fix a couple of minor bugs that I encountered in beta 1. So I guess it wasn't just an emergency fix. We did also get some fixes for some minor things as well. And the first thing I noticed is that hide alerts now inside of messages works again. So in iOS 12.4 beta 1, when I would do hide alerts, it just wouldn't work. I would still get alerts for all the messages I got, and the moon icon would still show up, but I would just get the alert. So now in iOS 12.4 beta 2, I can confirm that it's back to working as usual. Now, another thing that didn't work is do not disturb mode. So for some reason in iOS 12.4 beta 1, when I would turn on do not disturb for like an hour or until this evening or whatever I chose, it wouldn't work. The display would still light up. I would still hear my alerts and things like that. But now in iOS 12.4 beta 2, it does work once again. So it's good to see that Apple is fixing up small things like that here in beta 2. But again, I would imagine that the big reason for this release is because they did fix something important on the back end. And I guess that's the reason they never released it to public beta testers in the first place. I don't really know what's going on. It's pretty interesting to see Apple do this though so soon after releasing the first beta. But as far as performance goes, like I said, performance is actually really good here on iOS 12.4. Everything seems to run really smooth. Battery life is the same as iOS 12.3. I didn't notice any difference there. And as far as connectivity goes with LTE, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, that seems to be the same as iOS 12.3 as well for me. I have not had any issues whatsoever with any of those. So yeah, guys, that is iOS 12.4 beta 2, a very small update. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did install iOS 12.4 beta 2, let me know down in the comment below how it's been treating you so far and what you thought of beta 1 as well. And again, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and of course subscribe for a lot of videos coming soon. I know I've been slacking lately, but I do have a lot of videos coming very soon. I'm just really busy with life right now. But anyways, thanks again for watching the video, guys, and I'll see you soon.